Now let's bring in Joe Siracusa. He's the Dean of Global Futures at Curtin University's Faculty of Humanities. He joins us live from Perth, Australia. Always good to have you here on the program, Mr. Siracusa. Let's just look at the optics here. So Biden cancels a whole campaign event, goes home to rest because of a virus. He's even posted the words, "I'm sick," on X. And then, of course, you have Donald Trump. He survives a bullet and with his fist in the air goes, "Fight, fight, fight." I mean, this cannot be good news for Joe Biden.
Oh, I'll tell you what, this is the end of Biden. I mean, Biden was already on the skids before President Trump was shot. I just spent 2 weeks in Washington, which was just kind of pumping with this news. I mean, we had an election in which no one liked either candidate very much. And after former President Trump was shot, he started to look like the inevitable candidate to win the presidency. And Biden, of course, is getting visitors from like Nancy Pelosi and the Speaker of the House and the head of the Senate telling him that they don't want him anymore. 65% of registered Democrats don't want to see him anymore. So Biden is going out the door. He said today in his NAACP interview that if he had a medical reason to leave, he would leave. So right now they're trying to make it look as graceful as possible. I think, that the Democratic Party is in damage control. They realize that if Biden stays on, they'll probably lose the House and the Senate. And then, there's a lot of people involved here. They like their jobs. They got to pay their mortgages, thousands of people, and they don't want to ride the ticket down with the president. So I think Biden today showed in his optics that he is gone, and President Trump, who I tell you what, is the luckiest man in the world. I watched that event in Butler, Pennsylvania, live on Washington television with a bunch of other people, and that man was 3 millimeters away from having his head blown open on live television. I mean, he is an extraordinarily lucky man, and I think he's going to ride it to the White House.
As you were talking about, you have Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, all these heavyweight Democrats calling on Biden to step aside. How long do you think it is before we see a change on the Democratic ticket?
Oh, pretty soon. I think by the second week in August, it should be settled. Perry also forgot to mention the donors. The big-time donors have given up on Biden. Look, these guys got a lot of money, and people with a lot of money don't put money on a losing proposition. Because all the smart money is going to go somewhere else, maybe to the House and to the Senate, but they don't want to spend any more money on Joe Biden. I mean, Joe Biden is finished. He's got to see the light here. They want to give him an easy out, They just want to see him in the rearview mirror. They don't want to, kill him in office. But I think Biden has got the message now. And look, I feel sorry for him. I mean, he's just having difficulty moving around in the office and dealing with his difficulties. And I think this will just about finish him off. But, Americans have been suffering a crisis of confidence for the last couple of years. Trump nearly gets assassinated. He rises to the occasion. He looks like a Hollywood star right now. He's survived an assassination attempt within 3 millimeters, and he looks like that sign, that people want to get. And the sad thing is that in all this time, in the last 10 days or so, all the great events of the world, Ukraine, the war in Gaza, it's all missing from the television screens in America. Everyone's concentrating on Biden going out the door and Trump savoring his good luck.
I'm sure, Joe, you were watching this Republican convention overnight. J.D. Vance speaking. We heard the crowds there chanting, "Joe must go." J.D. Vance saying, "I agree." But, do you think it might be bad news for the Republicans if, in fact, there is a change at the top of the Democratic ticket? If they actually put in a young, energized Democratic presidential candidate instead of Joe Biden?
Well, the reason that can happen is if Biden goes, all the donor money must go to Kamala Harris. She's got the last say, and the Black Caucus has the last say. They're not going to allow Kamala Harris to be pushed off the ballot in favor of an open competition, an open convention. So she is the heir apparent, and I think Donald Trump could beat her. I think the senator from Ohio can probably beat her. She doesn't have great polls, as a matter of fact. In fact, most people, she has unpopularity ratings, same as President Biden. So, if it were somebody coming out of the blue, there might be a chance. But there is no chance that Kamala Harris won't be the front runner in the presidential race if Biden drops out. You know, even if this is something that people don't know, if Biden drops dead, and between now and November 2nd, Americans can vote for a dead man the way they can vote for someone in prison. So they vote for, say, the Democrats vote for Biden, even if he's passed away, and Kamala Harris automatically becomes president on November 3rd. So, you know, this is pretty much carved in stone now. I don't see much changing. And for your audience, you might be interested to know that Senator Vance is the first vice presidential candidate in 75 years who has a beard. So now I don't feel so lonely anymore.
Oh, you think that's going to do it, huh? The beard.
In some quarters, yes.
Nothing wrong with a beard. All right, Joe Siracusa, good to have you on the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you.